Welcome to the Nettel One Cloud PBX video training for the VVX 400 and 410. First, we will go over the physical attributes of the phone. The Polycom VVX 400 and 410 have a total of 12 buttons that are available, 6 on either side of the display, shown here. These buttons can be configured in a variety of ways. The first keys here are your extension keys. These keys are used to make and receive internal and external calls. The additional buttons are simply programmable by your administrator or by us here at Nettel One. Below the extension keys on the display, we have programmed 3 park slots. We will go into more detail on this feature later in the video. On the right-hand side of the display, we have these buttons programmed as one-touch extension keys. This will allow us to do several things with these extensions. We can press the button to call the extension, as well as show the live status of that extension. We can also use these keys for transfers and other additional functions, which we will also touch on later. Below the display, you will see what are called soft keys: new call, forward, paging, and do not disturb. As you perform different functions, these keys will change based on the function you are performing. This here is the home key. This key will return you to the home page, which we will touch on more later. If pressed twice, you will return to the main page that we have been working with. This round key is the navigation key, with arrows to select and scroll through the display, up, down, left, and right. In the center, you will find the enter key, which will select the option you have highlighted. Below that is the headset key. You can use this key if you have a headset plugged into the physical headset slot on the back of the phone. To answer a call, you can simply press the headset key, and to hang up on that call, simply press the headset key again. Next is the speakerphone option. To take the call to speakerphone, simply press the speakerphone button. To end the call, press the speakerphone again. While you are on a call either on the headset, the speakerphone, or the handset, you can mute the call by pressing this key. When the button is lit, the call is muted and the other party cannot hear you. To unmute the call, press the mute key again. Below that is the volume key. To turn the volume down, press the minus sign. To turn the volume up, press the plus side. The volume key will control all volumes on the phone. When the phone is sitting idle, it will control how loud the ring is. When you are on the speakerphone, it will adjust the speaker volume. And when you are on the handset, it will adjust the handset volume. Each one of these is separately controlled and will remain on the last volume you set. On the left-hand side here is a hold key. There will also be a hold option up here on the soft keys while you are on a call. Above that is the message key. A red light will indicate here when you have a message. To access voicemail, select this key. For first-time setup, your password is set as your extension number. Once you enter the password, it will walk you through a short setup process to change your password, record your name, and create a greeting. We recommend that you do all recording through the handset for the highest sound quality. The last button here on the left side of the phone is the transfer key. As with the hold key, there will also be a transfer key up here on the soft keys while you're on a call. It is preferred that you use the soft key for the transfer feature. Now we will go over some of the basic operations of the phone. To place an internal call, enter the extension number. If you misdial, simply backspace, enter the number correctly, and select dial. To place an external call, enter the number and select dial, or press speaker, or pick up the handset. This will complete the call. You will notice, as you dial, the phone will bring up numbers you recently dialed. You can scroll down and select dial if you would like to call a number within the list. To end the call, press the speaker button or hang up the handset. You may also end the call by pressing the end call soft key here. You may also notice while on a call the call status bar, which can take up some or all of the screen. This can be troublesome when trying to see the status of a user or a park slot. While the call status is on the screen, you are still able to see the status or press the park slot. But if you need to see behind the call status bar, simply press the home key. This will make the status bar disappear and you can see and select the user or park slot that was blocked. Note that the status screen will come back after 5 seconds. To answer a call, you can press the answer key, the speakerphone, or simply pick up the handset. Once the call is active, you will see the options on the soft keys have changed to hold, end call, transfer, and more. As mentioned, this transfer key is the same as this transfer key, and this hold key is the same as this hold key. To place calls on hold, simply press the hold key. You will see now the line key has gone to a red flashing indicator. To take the call off hold, you can press the flashing line key, or select the resume soft key. A hold is private and personal to your phone and can only be picked up again from your phone. To transfer a call, press the transfer soft key. Once you have selected that key, you will have the option to perform a blind transfer or an attended transfer. A blind transfer means I am simply going to transfer that call to the extension without announcing the call. To do so, press the blind soft key, enter the extension, and hit send. This call will be transferred to your party. Attended transfer, on the other hand, is when you would like to announce the caller to that extension. To do so, press the transfer key. At this point, instead of pressing blind, simply dial the extension you would like to connect the call to and press send. Once the person answers, you can announce the call. If they would like to take the call, simply press the transfer key again. Let's go through this one more time. I have now answered the call and selected transfer. I will perform an attended transfer to extension 152 and press send. At this point, I connected with extension 152 and indicated who the caller is. If they would like to speak to that caller, I would complete, like last time, by pressing the transfer key. But, if they are unable to take the call, I'll press the cancel button. This will cancel the call and bring you back to the original caller. From there, it is very common to transfer the caller directly to voicemail. This is almost identical to a blind transfer. Select transfer, then blind, enter the extension followed by the star sign, then press send. The call will be transferred directly into voicemail.
Another option you can use to connect a caller to their party is the park feature. Park is used when the calling party would like to wait on hold while you locate the person they're looking for. To park a call, you will use the park call button shown here. Be sure to remember where your park call button is located on your phone, since during the park process, the park call label is not visible. Let's go through this process. Again, remember where your call park key is located. Press transfer, then press the park call key.
1.
The system will announce the park slot. Then press transfer, then hang up. You will then see the corresponding park slot light up in red on your phone. To retrieve that parked call, the party will simply press the park slot the caller is held on.
As you see here, Greg is on the phone. When these extensions are on the phone, you will see the light here, along with an indication on the screen next to their name. When the extensions are idle, the display will show like so. To call any extension you have programmed, simply press the button. Green indicates the phone is ringing, and once they answer, the status will go red. When you see or hear another extension ringing and would like to pick it up, simply dial *8 and the extension that is ringing, then send. This will answer the ringing phone. In addition, if you have a status key of the extension you would like to answer, you can simply press that key. Please note that this option does not work for group or queue calls. I will now go over a conference call. When you have either placed or received your first call, press the More soft key, then press Conference. As you see, the first caller is now on hold. You will then dial the next internal or external party and wait for them to answer the call. Once they answer and indicate they would like to join the conference, press More, then Conference again. You will now have both calls active in the conference. To separate the two calls to either speak to them individually or hang up on them individually, press the Split soft key. This will put the parties on hold and place them on separate line keys. You can then pick them up or hang up on them individually. Polycom phone can support 3 parties in a conference call. Conference bridge options are available upon request. When the phone is idle, you can press the down arrow to view the missed calls. Use the arrows to scroll through the list. If you would like to call a number back, simply press the dial key. In addition, if you press the left arrow key, it will show you received calls. The right arrow key will show you placed calls. Also, if you press the right arrow key twice, it will perform a last number redial. On the home screen, you will have a few options. You can select a new call. You can also choose your messages, view and edit the directories on the phone, change your forwarding options, administer Do Not Disturb, or view settings. New call and messages are pretty self-explanatory. To create, edit, or view your directories, highlight and select directories from the home screen. From here, you will see Contact Directory, Recent Calls, and Favorites. To create a new contact within the Contact Directory, press the Add soft key. Highlight and enter the first name. To enter letters, select the number on the dial pad that is associated with the letter you would like to enter. When finished, scroll down to enter the last name if necessary. Contact is where you will enter the phone number. You can also enter the job title or email address here. Favorite index will do a number of things. In this field, you enter a number from 1 to 10,000. This will place the contact in your favorites contact list from the main directory page. It will also place the contact as a speed dial on the next available line key after your park slots and your status keys. Your favorites will be in order of the index numbers you assign. You can enter something here in the label field to identify your line key. If you change the ring type here, it will play the ring when you receive a call from that contact. Divert contact will automatically transfer any call from this contact to the number you enter here. This feature will only work if you enable auto divert here. The last option is auto reject. This will send any call to this phone from that contact directly to voicemail. Once you are done creating the contact, press save. You will now see the options Dial, Search, and Info from the Contact Directory tab. Press Dial if you would like to call the contact you have highlighted. Search will allow you to type a few letters or the whole contact to find someone. Info will show you the information you have stored for that user. And of course, to add another user, simply press the Add key. Back on the main directory tab from the home screen, our second option is Recent Calls. This will show all recent inbound, outbound, and missed calls. A blue circle with an arrow pointing to the right indicates a placed call. A green circle with an arrow pointing to the left indicates a received call. And a red circle with an X indicates a missed call. On the soft keys, you have the options to dial, which you would use to call the number that is highlighted, info, type, and more. Under info, you will see the details of a call. You will also find the option to dial, delete, and save. If you hit the save key, it brings you into your Add Contact Directory lists. If you select type, you will see that you can view all calls, missed calls, received calls, or placed calls. This will adjust the list accordingly. If you select the More key, you will also see the options to sort based on the name or time of day and to view in ascending or descending order. You also have the option to clear the list based on all calls or a certain group of calls. Now the last option here under the Directory tab from the home screen is Favorites. This will show you a list of your contacts that you have marked as favorites. Back on the main screen, you only see the contact Bob shown here, even though I have a few other contacts including 3 favorites. You will only see contacts that you have marked as favorites on this page, and it will place them from top to bottom after the existing park slots and status key based on their favorite index. If you have more favorites than you do available key, you can quickly navigate to the favorites by pressing the up arrow key and selecting them from there. There are 2 ways to administer your forwarding from the phone. One is to select the forward soft key from the main screen. The other is to select the forward from the home screen. Both will bring you to this screen here. Here you have 3 options: Always, No Answer, and Busy. The Always option will forward all calls all the time. To do so, select Always, then enter the number you would like to forward your calls to, and press Enable. You will now see the icons next to your extension have changed from green check marks to a black phone with an arrow bouncing off it. This means your forward is enabled. To disable call forwarding, press the forward soft key, then select Always, and press Disable. Your extension keys will now return to green check marks. It is recommended that the forward on no answer and forward on busy be administered from the web interface. To view these videos, ask your administrator or us here at Nettel One. The Do Not Disturb option, like the forward option, can also be enabled from two different places. You can select it here on the soft keys or from the home screen. Once you select the option, your extension will change to a red Do Not Enter sign. All calls to your extension will go to voicemail or to your forward on busy location. To disable Do Not Disturb, simply press the button again and the green check marks will return. The only common settings we recommend changing are your preferences and ring type. To do so, select Settings from the home screen, then select Basic. The most popular option is ring type. In here, select the default ring type. Scroll through each option and press play to hear the different ring types. Press select when you find a ring you enjoy. When you select preferences, you will see the options to change the language, background, and screensaver to name a few. This concludes the Nettel One Cloud PBX VVX 400 and 410 training videos.